short workshop to help you with developing your children's handwriting. If we start with nursery and early writers in reception, the best thing that parents can do is to turn the grand gestures into a fun game for your children to engage with. So a bucket of water with a paintbrush is absolutely brilliant for starting early writing. Children can paint on the walls outside with the water, on the ground. Chalks are really good. If you can get a sand tray, children will love to form the letters in sand or foamy water. All of those things are where we start early writing, because the children need to learn these big hand movements, and it will then help them when we move to holding pens and then being able to write. When your children first start to hold writing implements, there'll be different ways in which they're going to hold the pen. Lots of children will use the thumb grips, and you'll see them holding the pens in different ways. That's absolutely fine. It's moving from that really big movement into the micro movements, but what we're aiming for is this hold here, which we know in school as the pincer grip. This is how we're going to be encouraging your children to hold the pen. So again, once your children have become confident with holding utensils, if you can try to encourage them by modelling this pincer grip move. When we move to writing in our early years, we're looking at just printing the letters. So as you can see up here, the letters are simply printed. There is no joining until the children start being more confident and we move into Key Stage 1. They'll see lots of different types of font when they're looking at books. Again, this is fine. It's just getting the children used to it. But when we're doing our writing in the classroom, we're looking at the print. When we move into Key Stage 1, we start then to develop our cursive writing, moving into joins. And some of the rules of cursive writing is that every letter must start from the line. So you'll start to see your children developing a more cursive style to their letters before joining. So the A will come off the line, the B, C, and so forth. So it's putting that in swipe to the start of your letters. Once your children have managed to master that cursive style on individual letters, we then move to family sets. I'm going to go through the family sets to show you, because then that will help you see the progression in the teaching of handwriting. So when we do family sets, they all start from the same place and have the same movement. So we have A into C, into the D, which ascends, we come down, into the G, which curls back up from the bottom, into the O, which joins across from the top, into the Q. If you do that as a big movement in the air with the children first, it helps them get used to that all of those joins are coming from the line and are making that movement up, okay? In our handwriting sessions, we use handwriting books that have got 2 black lines and 2 red lines. What we say to the children is, the first rule, all letters start from the line, and that all letters should sit in between the 2 lines of the black lines in our handwriting books. Obviously, we've got letters that will ascend, they go up towards the red line, and we have descenders that come down. The next group of letters that we do we have B, we have H, so we're making the move up this time, and these are straight backed letters. The K, you'll notice now, changes to this K when we do cursive writing. That's simply because it's a much easier way to join. Notice the straight backs on all of the letters that we're doing so far, whether they ascend or descend. Now, you'll notice that some of the letters I haven't finished as yet. That's because with joint handwriting, we only finish off certain letters like the I, the J, the T and the X once we've taken our pen off the paper. So we would encourage children to go back and dot the I, go back and dot the J, go back and cross the T. The only other thing that we remind children of is that your T is the only letter that does not fall into the same pattern as the other letters. If letters ascend, they should be at the same point. If letters descend, they should be at the same point. But T floats somewhere in the middle. If you put your line across, to imagine where the black lines would be in our handwriting books, you can see that everything would fit in apart from the T. The E and the F are my absolute favourites, and children, even as old as year 6, love the big sweeping arm of the E and F. The F also changes when we do joint handwriting. Again, this is because that style of F is an easier one to join. S is a really tricky one. It stands on its own because it comes up to the line and back on itself. To join it to anything, it would have to come back from the bottom. The final ones are the ones that tend to be this end of the alphabet, and these are the ones that are slightly more difficult for some children. So we have the V. It comes across and joins at the top into the W. We have the X, but we come across, and remember what I said, some letters we don't finish off until we've actually finished writing. We go into the Y, which joins in to the Z, and then we finish off the X. So that is our handwriting policy that we use in school. It's really important that children move from that really big gestures to the smaller with the correct grip, correct posture when they're writing, and the desk should be just slightly in front of them. We always say to the children that your hands are for writing and holding your book, not for propping up your head. So if the children are in the correct posture, correct grip, learning the formation, it will get to be commonplace to them. So when they come onto spellings and long pieces of writing, they don't have to think about how to join because they already know how to do it. Other things that you can help your children with doing handwriting is make it a practical experience. Don't ask the children to just sit and do reams and reams of handwriting. Give them a practical reason for doing it. This time of year is absolutely fantastic. Get them doing shopping lists, ready for what they want for Christmas. Get them writing their own Christmas cards. Even if it's print in reception, they really should be writing their own cards because that's extra practice for them that they won't even recognise they're doing. Get them to write letters to Santa, and a really good one, which is fun for every age group, is get some soap crayons on your list for Father Christmas and practice it in the bath. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you use it. Thank you.